Today I'm going to be attempting, well, not attempting, yeah, today I'll be doing large knotless braids or jumbo. Not sure yet. I think I want to do jumbo, but I think I'm going to do large. Not really sure. I'm not going to keep them in for more than 2 weeks, if that long. So this is my hair that we'll be using. I have to not buying any here. I'm using what I have on hand already. So this is a mix of 3027 with a twinsy bit of 1B. This is the same thing. You can see the 27 is showing more than the other sides because I guess the 27 was longer. This I mixed the 27 to 30 with 1B. So this has more 1B than 27 and 30. This is 27 and 30 alone, and this is color 350. I think I'm going to mix just a little bit of this into the 350 into this. I'm not sure. Then this is color 30. I have 2 bundles left, or should I mix the 30 with the 350? That's a lot of different colors. This one will be the roots, and these ones will just put out the head randomly. I have mousse, I have this hair wax, and I have shine and jam. I don't think I'm going to use the shine and jam because it never works with my scalp. I think I'm going to use this hair wax, see how it goes. I have a detangling brush, I have a white tooth comb, I have a rat tail comb. Don't know if I said it already. I have mousse. Oh, I'm missing the curl. I have pins, and I have hair ties and a mirror. The purpose of this mirror, let me show you. You see that mirror behind me? Yeah, so I'll be looking in the mirror, this at the front, and the big mirror around there will be at the back, so I can part the back of my head properly. Based on the size of the knotless braids that I'll be doing, I made sure that my hair was properly stretched and it's fully detangled. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to part my hair into sections. These sections, they don't have to be perfect, but I'm just parting out so we can have structure. So I'm parting from ear to ear, parting the front from the back, and then I'm going to put away the front portion of my head. And one thing about this style, I love doing my hair without jam because I have sensitive scalp, so I feel, and I also have eczema, so I feel like when I use jam or gel on my scalp, it irritates me. But for this style, because it's going to be on the larger side, I want it to look sleek, so I am going to be using jam on my hair just so that the parts can look perfect. So after parting out the front section, I moved to the back and I'm just parting out the back section. So I did the first row and now I'm doing the second row. And one thing about doing braids, the hardest part is always the parting. Braiding is not the hard part. The hard part is getting the parts perfect. I've parted out the 2 back section. The middle section, I have it in a little bun, and I'm going to move to the front and part the front section. I am here parting my middle part, but one thing I noticed, I've always heard people talking about moving scalp, and I realized I have moving scalp. Getting to part my middle part is a hassle. It takes so much because I never realized until now. Like, you can see whenever I hold one side of my head, the part moves. That's so new to me. But I'm gonna be parting 3 rows in the front. It doesn't have to be perfect right now, but what I'm doing is just getting structure. So the middle part, I parted it out and section it. So there's 3 sections on both sides, and I'm going to connect the front rows to the middle. I did that just so that I could have an idea of like the size I want for the parts and just how they'll connect. but you'll see where the parts aren't perfect, and when I reach the section or the row, I will go back in afterwards when it's time to put in the braids and perfect it. And I not really perfect it because parting your own head is a bit difficult. Even though you have the mirror, you never get it 100% right. And this is me showing you. So three rows in the top, and then I'm feeling these two at the back, and I realize, damn, they are smaller compared to the rest. But oh well, it's the back, so that's fine. And I kid you not, this parting took me over 2 hours. Well, no, more than 2 hours. I started at around 1 o'clock, and this is 4 o'clock. And right here, I decided that I was going to section off some of the braids that I'm going to be using. So starting at the back, I knew I wasn't going to need a lot. So as I said, the darker mix, I used it as the roots. I used 2, and then I started adding the other colors. I did mix the 350 with the 27 and 30, and that's the end. I used that at the ends of the braids, but I did run out of the black mix, and I had to improvise. And this is me going back in again to perfect the middle part some more, because your middle part cannot be too perfect. There's no such thing as an over perfect middle part. So I took a break, and then I started again, and this is me sectioning the rows this time around. Found that sectioning the rows made it easier for me, and even though I'm trying to part it to the parts crisp, I still go back in afterwards and just make sure that it is actually crisp before I put in the braids. And I've never done large knotless on myself before. I've done medium, but this large, I thought I was gonna complete it within a quick time, but boy was I wrong. I was so wrong. The parts took me out, and the braids took me out. Not necessarily all the braids, but when I got to the top, those braids drained me. The middle part braids, those drained me, and I used the hair wax on my hair, but I tried not to put a lot. I'm gonna be on a journey. I'm gonna start a quest to see if I can find hair wax or jam or gel that works for my head.
It's the end of the weekend, but I still wanna turn up. Yeah, I still wanna turn up. All I want is to go again, but you ain't picking your phone up. Why you messing my head up? Any night, any day, let me take you away. All I need is just saying yeah, 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 yeah. Better nights, better days, when you're here with me, babe, 'cause you're all that I crave. So I wonder, where are you? Don't hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and I have to know, say, where are you? Don't be so hard to reach, just pick up your phone. Tell me where you'll be, 'cause I gotta know. Let me know when you're ready, 'cause I made reservations. Too many invitations, and the last night was heavy. I need communication. Tell me where's your location. Used to talk 24/7, every other second, just to make sure we were up to date. Now it's closer to 11, and I ain't hearing nothing. I just need to know that you're okay.
Whenever you see me do a braid, I always look in the mirror just to ensure that the hair is properly tucked and the braids are straight. I just keep looking because I don't want the braids to be lean or anything like that. We are down to the final braid and it may not look like it, but I'm so happy. Now I am using the front camera to record, so the video is inverted. So what I'm gonna do a close-up so you can follow along. You just split the hair in 3 equal sections and begin braiding your natural hair at least twice before you add in hair, because this is the tension-free method. So once I have the hair in the middle, I add the braiding here and then I braid once, then I add more braiding here, and the size will be a bit bigger, not too big, but it will be bigger than if you were doing small knotless, and the sizes are uniform as well. So you just keep adding here. I add in here when I feel like it's needed. So I always start off with at least 3 strands of braiding here in the beginning, and then I use my judgment to decide how I want to space it out. I love my braids lightweight, so my braids aren't as thick, but if you prefer your hair thick, then you may want to up the size of the braiding here when you originally start feeding in. And you just follow this motion going straight down. I did my ends off camera, but you just do this motion going all the way down. You may want to flip your hand at some point in time, but regardless, it's the same process, same procedure. Continue adding here based on your desired density or desired length, whatever the case may be. This is the next day. After braiding the hair, I did braid it down off camera because I realized doing this on camera does slow down the process. This is me trimming the hair. I did the other side already, but this is the next side I'm trimming just to show you the entire process of how I do my braids or how I clean up and everything. So I just trim the flyaways.
Don't hide away from me when I need you most. We got love guaranteed, and
Because I don't have enough. So this right here, hold it and you twist as you twist, 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 twist. After I added the perm rods, I dipped the hair in hot water off camera. Same process to get rid of the stiffness and curl the hair. Now I'm adding mousse to my scalp because the gel is on my scalp and it did turn white and all of that. I had to add the mousse to give it that finished look, that finished touch to it. And I'm making sure that I add it just to my roots because I don't want to add it to my hair, my ends, else it will frizz out of the braids. I forgot to record the final touches where I took out the perm rods, but that was done like 15 minutes after, just to allow it enough time to curl. And that was it. Enjoy this clip of me showing you how the hair turned out. It was so lightweight. I used maybe 2.5 packs total, 3 thereabout. I love lightweight braids. That's one thing about me. Turned out so great, and I was able to put it in a bun immediately. Let me know in the comments how you think I did, or if you have any questions regarding anything. Thank you so much for watching this video, and you can stick around and watch my other video where I did small bootlet knotless. Bye.